Step 2, we're creating the roll, or this kind of a lump of pasta dough, and we're just basically, this is all with your hands and your fingers. So of course you would have washed your hands before we started. Drop all this in the center, just get rid of any excess, and we're just attacking it with our fingers. It will feel pretty weird and nasty and wet really to begin with. And then we're just going to do this really just mixing it, throwing it around until gradually the wetness disappears. Now this is very wet still at the moment, and we're out of flour here, but you remember we put some pasta to the, sorry, some flour to the side, so we keep throwing some flour on and keep mixing this all together, just really squelching it around with your hands. If it's sticking to your hands, then obviously it's a bit too wet, so we'll keep adding some extra flour. There we go. If you can start to put it in a bowl without it sticking to your hands, then it's getting a little bit drier, which is what we're looking for. Just be careful you don't really go overboard on the flour and turn it into a complete dry mess. Just a little at a time. Now here we go. It's beginning to stick together a bit better. When you've got it roughly sticking together like this, we can really move into the kind of folding part of this step, this second creating pasta dough step, which is, as you can see, it's folding it in half. You trap some air inside there, giving it a strong press down, and it's gradually mixing all that pasta and the flour. This step you want to do, actually this will probably take you, I would say 3-5 minutes maybe. It will get harder and harder to do this as it gets thicker and stuck together in a ball, but this is really the important phase. So keep pressing it down, keep really folding it over. Look at that, look how thick it is. Just fold it over, wallop it down. You really take out your stresses of the day and your frustrations on this piece of pro pasta. If it sticks to the surface, just grab a bit more flour. You don't really want pasta stuck all over your surface, or else you'll have to get a knife and take it off, and it's hard work. But this section, this is really pretty easy. You're just folding over and over again to really pack this pasta together, get some air in there, give it nice little bubbles. And that's pretty much it for this second step. We'll just do a few more, and then we'll cover it, turn it into a bowl shape, cover it in flour, and we'll just put it to one side. So let's try and get this in a ball. You want to make sure it's not completely falling apart. We can probably give that a bit more pressing. And when it's beginning, how do you tell when it's ready for the next step? You'll begin to see some slight holes in here, tiny little air holes. You're looking for a nice texture of very, very tiny holes. And then we're gonna just make it into a circle after about 5 minutes. Don't know if you can see just some little dimply kind of effect. That's the kind of consistency we're looking for, I think. That's what I'm told by the Italians in the family. So pop that there in a big circle, drizzle over some some flour, and just leave that to rest for 5 minutes. The ingredients do their stuff, it just really gels together, and then we'll be ready for step 3.